Thank you, Senator Scott. Senator Rosen, please.
Well, thank you, Chairman Reed. I really appreciate you holding this hearing. I'd like to thank each one of the witnesses for being here and, of course, for everyone's service to our nation. And so, General Nakasone, I have quite a few questions for you on our cyber workforce and Nevada National Guard, but I'm going to get into cyber workforce first because the National Cybersecurity Strategy, which was released just last week, it calls for expanding the national cyber workforce. I know it's critical we continue to invest in innovative, non-traditional cyber capabilities and in talent to support the Department of Defense cyber mission requirements. So in last year's NDAA, as reported out of this committee, it included my Civilian Cyber Reserve Act. Bipartisan legislation I introduced with Senator Blackburn to create a civilian cyber reserve that ensures additional cyber capacity for cybercom in times of greatest need. And so this year, of course, I look forward to working with the chairman to ensure this critically important legislation will be included in the final conference. But I was hoping, General, that you could discuss the value of reserve models, including the value of a potential civilian cybersecurity reserve to support your cyberspace operations.
Senator, first of all, thank you for your support of U.S. Cyber Command and in general, the work that we do in cyberspace. It begins with humans. And so this idea of being able to have many more analysts, many more operators, many more developers is something that is, part and parcel to our success in the future. It's not only with the civilian workforce that you've championed, but it's also this idea of how do you bring a larger base to bear? How do we bring it from K through 12 that makes people very interested that science, technology, engineering, mathematics, it's the way of the future. Girls that code, all these things that will provide a greater base for us to draw from are really important to us.
Well, you're speaking my language as a former software developer, the co-founder of the Women in STEM Caucus, and trying to promote STEM education all the time. This is music to my ears. And so, of course, in fiscal year 2021, the NDAA required the Department of Defense to submit to Congress an evaluation of the reserve models to support these cyberspace operations. And the report was never submitted. So could you update me on the status of the report and also the requirement I added in the FY23 bill to have DoD enter into an agreement to assess the benefits of such a program? I'd really like to see us be able to move forward on this.
Senator, if I might take that for the record, just to make sure I can leverage the Department of Defense for that.
That would be perfect. I have some other questions too on a specific. Specifically for Nevada National Guard, but the National Cybersecurity Strategy rightly identifies strengthening our international partner capacity. It's a pillar of our collective cybersecurity. Our Hunt Forward operations in Ukraine in particular, they really show us the value of international partnerships. I've advocated for more funding for Hunt Forward as we identify more vulnerabilities. And so our Nevada National Guard, we have 3 partner nations as the National Guard State Partnership Program: Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa. So how is the program promoting cyber partnerships with our allies and partners, and what challenges do you see are you facing building these, and where can we create a better strategy for this command?
So first of all, I see very few few limitations on what we need to do in the future. The countries that you talk about there in the Southwest Pacific, we've worked very closely with our partners in Australia to look at how do we kind of incorporate all of them as we understand their needs, their requirements, their vulnerabilities, and then be able to assist them. A very small amount of money and a very small amount of time yields tremendous results, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I want to tell you that I'm also very excited because Department of Homeland Security recently announced another cyber strategy as it's going to expand the Abraham Accords collaboration among the U.S., Israel, UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco to include cybersecurity. And so as you work to promote multilateral partnerships between the Abraham Accord countries, how do you think this is going to help you with that?
Well, just think about Hunt Forward operations. We began those in 2018. Since 2018, 47 different missions, 22 countries, 70 different networks. And when we take a look at what's been able to be done, what we've been able to do is the fact that, one, it builds tremendous confidence between nations, right? When the United States deploys a Hunt Forward team to country X, country X knows that the United States cares. And it is for us being able to work with a partner to understand their requirements and then also build a higher bar of cybersecurity.
Well, thank you for being there. We have heard that from our allies and partners. It means a lot when you're there, you show up, and we work in partnership with others to help potentiate what they're doing to protect themselves. So thank you again. My time is up, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator